is an Aussie pop star icon. Not only has she represented us at Eurovision, she's also toured with the likes of Beyonce, has around 2 million monthly streams, and now has a brand new single with Jason Derulo. Please welcome Jess Mauboy.
The wonderful Jess Mauboy. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
There's
Wow.
one thing you can always count on with Jess, and it's when we speak to you, you always come in singing, and it's beautiful.
It's funny because we talked to you via Zoom this morning, and there was that awkward thing just before we came on air where we could hear you for about 2 minutes and you couldn't hear us or see that we could hear you. So I'm glad you're not like, who am I talking to? Or like, gross, like, hate them. But you were just sort of doing like, you were just humming to yourself, and I was like, this is actually beautiful. Like you could put this on Spotify. You were just like doing vocal warm-ups. It was like, like it was, yeah, it was impressive.
Honestly, all the time. I'm constantly singing. Sometimes, like when I'm with a group of friends or when I'm with family. Like family don't mind it as much, but when I'm consciously knowing that I'm with my friends, I'm like, I gotta just stop doing that. Like I would hum, or I would like, what am I gonna eat? You know what I mean? Like I just sing things and I don't know that I'm doing it.
Well, you got to be careful because you could do that. They could record you and then cut it and sell it. So
Well,
yes, be careful.
Right.
It's also that thing like you're probably just doing it because you're happy and it's you and it's your personality.
Always.
But people probably are like, we get it. You're just Mauboy, all right.
Stop showing off.
We get it. You can sing. You don't have to sing the whole menu. What do we want?
Right. No, and I get that. Actually, I get a lot of comments. I'm like, you don't have to sing everything. And I'm like, it just brings me so much joy, though.
Well, that's lovely.
Hey, speaking of joy, on Sunday night on The Voice, you and Jason performed the song live for the first time. You had a full choir with you. How was the experience?
Oh, it was a wonderful experience. It's always kind of, the feel is like anointing. Like I feel like I'm always floating when there is other vocalist. It makes me so happy. That's my favorite thing to do, particularly when I'm in the studio and I'm writing a song. I love gathering a bunch of friends and just jamming. And even if it's a cappella, sometimes I find the best stuff when I'm just singing alone with other voices. So yeah, it's my favorite thing. Like, and doing it on the show was even spectacular to be able to share it even further in the world with Jason.
Is that how that came about with Jason? Like this song, were you guys just riffing and you said, hey, let's write this down, let's do it? How did it come about?
The song came about by a really good friend of mine, Wilson, who's a spectacular writer, and she had written this beautiful song, and I spent quite a few months with her in the studio just bringing it to life. And so she is really she's really the force behind this song, and I have so much love for her and for her to be able to share her story with me so that I could share it to the rest of the world. And I think I'd received the 10th version or maybe the 9th version of this song prior to sharing it with Jason. And it was one of the mornings I was on the Voice and we were getting ready. And the file came through. I took a listen and I decided, Jason was around. He was in the green room, and I thought, hey, maybe I should just have him listen to it, and maybe he'll give me some advice, or maybe he'll say he loves it or whatever. Yeah. But I didn't quite think of it as being a duet at that point. And I started to encourage myself, shared the song with him, and his eyes widened. He was like, and he turned to me and he's like, yo, you sound like you've lived. Your vocals are insane. And by that point, I thought, you know what? I know his depth of music, and he would sound so sick on this song. So I asked him, plain point. I was like, hey, would you duet with me? Would you be on the track? And he was so onto it. But he was so humble as well, because he was like, I don't know, mate. This is your song. You have to sing this. And I was like, you'd sound great. 2 days later, I get his vocals demos back, and I am crying in the chair. I'm literally bawling my eyes. I run out of the green room. I run into his green room like a crazy lady and just tell him how incredible he sounds and how phenomenal the song has been lifted. Yeah. And we just sat there for a bit. He started to go on about what we could do with the video clip and when we could do the video, and it just kind of evolved, and it is what it is today. So it's really special that it was fluent.
Beautiful.
There was no kind of anything being pushed or feeling awkward or uncomfortable. It was something that we wanted.
That's hilarious that it's because you just always assume this is like, oh, you know, same label or whatever, and it's like it's a bit of a music machine. But I like the idea of like you.
Sometimes it does work that way. Yeah.
But you happen to both be coaches on The Voice, and you're like playing him demos. Like, you like this one, Jason? I like, and he was
And
into
in
it.
fact, we all were. We all were at that point because Rita's album hadn't yet been put out, and so she was sharing some stuff with us, and so I, just had the kind of random idea. I was getting songs back from producers, and just signing off on things. And this particular song, I was like, I feel like it could use another voice, another texture. And speaking about different voices, he seemed like the perfect person, right timing, and right place.
Incredible that it all worked out. It would have been awkward if everyone's getting their hair and makeup done, and you're asking Jason what he thinks, and Guy just goes, "I'll do it." And you go, "Hey, what was that? Sorry,
right.
I was asking Jason,
or that he just said no. No shame in asking. No shame in asking.
Hey, also you mentioned album stuff there as well. Your new album, Yours Forever, is out Feb 2024. Is this a weird time now where you're in limbo because I'm assuming the album's done, but you're just waiting for that date to hit?
Yeah, it's definitely not done. And I think that's why we've just created a date.
Yeah.
Like that's it, Jess. That's all you got. You've got until Feb 9.
A deadline.
And it's always the case. It's always the case with that because, you're working with, possibly 10 producers all across the world. And, you're getting different versions each time, the possibility of it, sounding different this way, that way. And having dreams for a lot of the songs and potentially them being a single or, a bonus song, or maybe, you can hear other voices on it. So it's a work in progress. And yes, Feb 9. And off the back of that, I'll be touring with it. So yeah, I'm a little anxious, but I have time. I have time to really work it and make sure that it's they're all good to go and it feels good and comfortable.
Well, even on Give You Love, you shot your shot with Jason Derulo. It's an incredible song in its own right, but he's jumped onto it. It's this huge hit. I mean, now that you've sort of got one under your belt, is there anyone on your hit list? Like, you mentioned you've got a few dreams for these songs. You've got until February. Like, if you could reach out to anyone, like if you got their email, who would it be?
Oh my goodness. I mean, my dream is Kylie Minogue. Like she's someone that I've always enjoyed. I love her. As a little girl, I watched her and, did all the dance moves and, tried to create outfits that were like hers. So she's definitely a dream. I know it's really out of reach, but she's definitely someone that I look up to.
Oh, that's not out
John
of reach
Farnham.
at all.
John Farnham?
Yeah.
Jess, can I say when you said
You
that
never
name-
know. You never know. But yeah, John Farnham is someone that I would love to share vocals with. He's always been an inspiration to me as well. And yeah, there's so many names, but I feel like those two are iconic for me and, home, like feel like home as well to me. So that's it's somewhere in my dreams and hopefully they could become reality one day.
I have to say, Jess, when you said the first name, producer Tom outside the studio, he like threw his hands up in the air and he like literally died. He was like,
He's the biggest Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, he's a big padam guy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm throwing my hands up with you.
Make sure you check out the new album, Yours Forever. Fingers crossed it's done by Feb 2024. Jess Mauboy.
No, it will be. It will be. I swear. I cross
confirm.
my heart.
An absolute pleasure. Thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you so much. And I look forward to you guys coming to the show. I'd love to invite you if you're around.
That'd be
Yes,
amazing.
please.
Thanks,
Pop
Jess.
us on the list. Thanks, Jess.
Bring the mob, bring the
Or
fam.
bring Tom.
Bring Tom, producer Tom.
Yeah, bring Tom.
See you, Jess.
I'll do a special Kylie song for him.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's coming in. He's in.
Whatever song that may be, I'll perform it for you.
I would die.
What is your favorite Kylie song?
Spinning around, duh.
I'm spinning around, move out of my way. I know you're feeling me because you like it like this. I'm breaking it down. I'm not the same. I know you're feeling me because you like it like this. Baby, baby, baby. I know you like it like this.
Tom can't. He literally
He
can't.
literally can't. He can't even.
I will. If you come to the show, I will literally sing that for you.
I'll be there.
Thanks, Jess.
He's like,
Oh
gonna
no,
cry.
thank you.
Uh,
An absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jess. Always
Yeah.
a prerequisite for you to personally serenade our producers now if we're going to get you on. You set the standard for yourself. I'm sorry.